Now he says, they were strangers and exiles on the earth. Who were they strangers to? You guys aren't strangers to me. Some of you, the first time I met you, it was like family. I have no desire to exile any of you. Well, maybe a few of you. If you're a stranger among the people of God and not a stranger among the inhabitants of Canaan, then you are of Canaan. If you would much rather fellowship with those who do not consider themselves pilgrims walking to a distant land, if you would rather fellowship yourself with them, you're not a pilgrim walking to a distant land. If your hope is in this world, if everything you've got and everything you are and everything you've been is wrapped up in this world, then you're not a stranger and an alien in this world. Remember, if you're truly a Christian, the Bible says in Philippians that our citizenship is in heaven. Our citizenship is in heaven. 14, for those who say such things make it clear that they are seeking a country of their own. I am seeking a country of my own. An exile, an alien, waiting for another country. That means that a lot of opportunities in this world are going to pass, and I'm going to let them pass. Because although they might be opportunities for someone of this world, they are not opportunities for me. I have a different citizenship. A different citizenship. I love that it says, for those who say such thing, make it clear that they are seeking a country of their own. And indeed, if they had been thinking of that country from which they went out, they would have had opportunity to return. That's a scary passage in the Bible. It's kind of like an open door. You want to leave? Go ahead. You thinking about going back? Go. You remember, I don't know if some of you will understand this, but do you remember when you're a kid? Maybe you're playing in a game, or maybe you're with a bunch of friends and things don't go your way. And so you go off in a corner and mope. And the reason why you go off in the corner and mope is you're hoping that it will draw the attention of the others and they'll come over and beg you to get back in the game. Okay? Don't ever do that with God, because He won't come back and beg you to get back in the game. Now, verse 16. But as it is, they desire a better country, that is a heavenly one. Therefore God is not ashamed to be called their God, for He has prepared a city for them. They desire a better country. You know what's amazing about the inhabitants and citizens of this world? If you even mention that you desire a better country, they get so mad they can spit. You hear scientists, you hear sociologists, you hear others always talking about Christians as those who don't live in the real world, who aren't wanting to fix this world, they're just wanting to escape to another world. It always seems funny to me that most of the works of charity, most of the works of health organizations and things like that was either founded upon Christian principles by Christian people or continued by them. Christians do more work to heal this world than any other group. What makes me mad is when the government says the United States of America this year gave this much money to charity. I just wish they would divide it up and say who really gave the money. Because most of it was Christians giving money to the churches to fix problems on this earth. We're not a goofy people. We're not escapists. We're not dreamers. But God has promised us a country, and we are waiting for it. We are waiting for it. And we are believing God for it. And we are not doing good deeds in this world. We are not feeding the hungry and helping the poor because we believe this world will reach a utopia. We are doing it not in the name of a utopia, but just in the name of compassion. And to reach out and tell people that another world is coming. Another world is coming. Believe God. Believe God. Believe God. But as it is, they desire a better country. That is a heavenly one. A country. I don't want to sound clichéic, but it's so clear. A country where I never have to say goodbye to anyone. A country where I never have to say I'm sorry. A country where I never have to ask for forgiveness of sins. A country where I never have to stay up at night wondering in confusion about who I am or what I'm going to be doing. A country where I never have to fight terrible moral and ethical battles within myself. A country where I never have to be insecure. A country where I never have to die. That is one of the foundational things that just demonstrates to me the spiritual blindness of men. I have seen so many people die. My brother died. My father died. I preached my sister's funeral. I've seen people die in war. Every day, hundreds of thousands of people are swept off into death. And yet I watch the old go to funerals of their friends, oblivious to the fact, in denial of the fact that soon it will be them that we come to bury. And without any remorse, any fear, any trembling, any message of the gospel that they hear, they simply dismiss it, maybe with anger or worse, politely. And they remain unconverted until the day of their death, and they go to hell. Fine old gentlemen and little old ladies. Fathers who worked very hard, women who raised 10 children, go to hell. Because unlike Noah, they never took serious the warning. They were trite with God, grandmotherly with God. And they died, and they went to hell. They were never looking for a better country. They were never looking for a better place. They were content with this world, which is the worst thing you can be, is content with this world. And God would be ashamed to call them His children. And they would be ashamed to call Him their God. Where are you today? Where are you? Just like God, when Adam fell, God coming into the garden saying, Adam, where are you? Where are you, Adam? Now God knew where Adam was. The reason why I asked the question is Adam didn't know where Adam was. Where are you today? Young person, sitting there, teenager, this, that. Maybe you're homeschooled, maybe externally you're really religious and you look really fine. When someone's watching, boy, you can really march to the beat of the drummer. But the moment eyes are turned off of you, you have no fear of the divine view. And you live without the fear of God, and you live without the love of God, and there's nothing in you but straw. Straw for the burning. Straw for hell. Or maybe you're here and you're middle-aged and you're working all the time and you're busy, and you've got things to do and everything. You just don't have time. You too, sir, you too, ma'am, will die and go to hell. Or maybe you're older. You've been a good person as people go. You've raised families. You've done things. You're respectable. Maybe you're cultured. Maybe you have even a little bit of wisdom to you. Maybe you're kind and gentle and all sorts of things, but you've lived a whole life as someone who's never looked for a city whose architect and builder is God. You've got just enough religion to send you straight to hell. Even though maybe people around you have cried out to you to hear, to listen, begged you, prayed with you, everything, you seem as dull as a stone. You're on your way to hell, and there's no one to stop you except God. If it causes fear in you, young person, if what I said causes you to tremble, middle-aged man, if old man or old woman, this bothers you and even angers you, but sets a bit of fear into your heart, then throw yourself down right now and cry out for the mercy of God. Call on Him to save you from the wrath to come. Because, oh, my dear friend, no one will escape on that day except those bought by the blood of the Lamb. No one will escape on that day, and no good work will be able to pay a price to redeem you on that day. No good work. Oh, that fear would be just driven into your heart like a dagger. And that you would come and call out to Christ for salvation once and for all. Stop kicking against the goads and cry out to Him, "Save me, O Lord. Save me." So many around you perishing and so many around you being saved. And yet you sit there and you do nothing. You look at the one and you see that it's true. There's some that seem to have a measure of salvation, a measure of a love for God that is totally foreign to you. But you just sit there. You see others without God who seem worse than you morally, and they're perishing and going to hell, and you don't realize that they're just paving a road, a clearer way for you to follow. What will you do? What will you do?